Yo, what is up guys, Bob87 King here, back again with another video, and in this video we're finally going to be doing part 4 of the winner rankings, finally talking about winners that I actually view as good winners of the show, actually. To where, obviously, there are just 4 winners here, so that can tell you a lot about my opinions about most of the Total Drama winners, but you can watch all those 3 parts before that. But yeah, without further ado, I won't waste your guys' time. At number 4, we have the first season of Total Drama I ever watched, and that's Revenge of the Island with Cameron. And obviously, in my mind, Cameron is the first ever underdog winner of the show. Obviously, yeah, Beth is kind of an underdog as well, but in my opinion, Cameron's more of a likable underdog in a sense. To where, obviously, I love his dynamic with Joe, I loved his friendship with Mike, I love his friendship with Zoe, I found him and Lightning's rivalry near the end of the season to be really funny. I think Cameron is one of the best characters in Revenge of the Island, just based off how he bounced off of other characters as well. I don't think Cameron was just an underdog character, obviously. That's not why he is so high, even though it is really satisfying to see him win, especially with everyone just completely dogging him throughout the entire season. It's small moments where he yells at Amaria and Vito for constantly making out. I think that was really funny. I also love the episode where he pretty much blows up Joe's blimp and pretty much sends her packing as well. I just think Cameron was a really satisfying winner to watch, and especially I remember as a kid watching Cameron win and then being so happy, so excited, to where, yeah, Cameron is at number 4 here.
Yes! Yes! Come on, nothing else?
Cameron has done it! Cameron wins!
Yes! Yes! Fucking hell, I was so worried.
Coming at number 3, this was actually pretty tough considering, in my opinion, both of these two people who I have at number 3 and number 2, they are both main characters of the season. They're both obviously the main attractors to their season. Same with number 1 actually, but at number 3 here, I am letting recency bias take me over, and that is the Police Cadets. And I do love the Police Cadets, obviously. I love every single one of these characters here, but the main issue is obviously MacArthur in my mind. Again, I've said this before, I believe, but I do love Sanders more than MacArthur, and I know that is an unpopular opinion, but in my opinion, even though MacArthur, yes, is one of the all-time funniest characters in Total Drama, at points, she is also one of the more obnoxious characters in Total Drama, in my opinion, to where, yeah, it is funny seeing her not listen to Sanders over and over again, and sometimes being right, sometimes being wrong, and then just blaming it on Sanders anyways, which is obviously pretty funny, but sometimes, in my opinion, it just comes off as a bit obnoxious, in my opinion, to where, obviously, Sanders ends up breaking her arm because of that, which, obviously, yeah, it's funny, but it's also, like, a bit sad to where, yeah, MacArthur just... it's a little bit off in my list. Regardless of that, though, in my opinion, the Police Cadets are still one of the all-time best teams in Redonkulous Race, in my opinion, and by far probably my second favorite team to Father and Son, which you really can't beat Father and Son, at least in my rankings, so there's that. I love their interactions with the Ice Dancers. I think the rivalry was really funny with them. I love MacArthur and Brody, even though they're probably one of my least favorite ships, they are still really funny together, and I love just their interactions, just in general, honestly. I feel like their win is super satisfying just because, again, seeing MacArthur develop and actually respect Sanders is a lot more satisfying than just seeing Jeff and Brody win. So, with that being said, the Police Cadets, by far, are a standout team in Redonkulous Race. They made the season so much better, and for that reason, they are at number 3. Coming in at number 2, I think we all know who has to be number 1 on this list, but at number 2, we do have a winner who, in my opinion, should have been the first winner of the show, should have been the first canon winner of Total Drama, and that is Gwen. And I think I say this for most people, Gwen in Island is the reason why a lot of people love Gwen and put her in the top 5, top 10, because in most other seasons, Gwen is just not that good of a character, but in my opinion, in Island, I love her relationship with Trent. I think that was definitely a very fun relationship to watch, and seeing, like, the emo girl finally come around to at least someone was very fun to watch. I love her relationship with Lashana. Their friendship was one of my all-time favorite friendships in Total Drama, and it sucks that it was kind of just swept away throughout the later seasons, but in Island here, it was really fun to watch. I love her rivalry with Heather, which was super fun to watch. Again, seeing Gwen and Heather always at each other's throat throughout the entire 26 episodes. It's incredible to watch because they're two of the more engaging characters of Total Drama history, and I was rooting for Gwen every step of the way. I love how she always gets her lick back, especially when Heather would always come at her with the whole diary thing, the Trent thing, and seeing Gwen just come up on top every single time was super fun to watch. Unlike with the bottom tier winners I had on the list, people like Wayne, Lightning, the Surfers, Duncan, Zoe, like, there's actually a reason to root for Gwen in the final 2, because she's been through so much during Island, where it's obviously very satisfying when she wins in Sweden, Australia, and 2 other countries, I believe. But seeing Gwen, who at first didn't want to even be there, to actually almost win the season and actually come out on top and win, it's just, in my opinion, super satisfying, and that's why she's at number 2. Coming at number 1, I think this is pretty obvious. In my mind, it's Heather. And to be honest, I always flip back and forth between which Heather is better, Heather in Total Drama Island or Heather in Total Drama World Tour. And to be honest, I think I am slightly siding with Heather in World Tour just because in my mind, Heather saves World Tour from being, in my opinion, probably one of the worst seasons of the show, or at least one of the more predictable seasons of Total Drama. Again, seeing her pretty much be at the bottom of Team Amazon and having to work her way through until the whole love triangle thing happens is very fun to watch. Even though I kind of knocked on it in the past, I just think Heather is one of those characters who is engaging no matter what she does, so I feel like it kind of does rectify it at least, so there's that. I feel like her dynamic with Alejandro is easily the best rivalry and easily the best Total Drama couple in my mind, to where they definitely do make the season throughout the entire show. And it was just super fun to watch seeing Heather obviously see through Alejandro's bullshit, but then no one else is believing Heather throughout the entire season until like the very end with Cody, people like Duncan, until it's actually too late for them, but Heather knew the entire time throughout the entire season. One thing I will praise World Tour for is instead of more common seasons where I feel like if Heather was being called old Heather, she would want to revert to her old ways and try to just be this big bad villain, cough cough Duncan and All Stars. I feel like it's super satisfying to see her just want to lay low and actually see through the tension and not want to be a part of it. Overall, I really did enjoy Heather's character in World Tour. I think it is pretty self-explanatory of why she is number one. She has the best redemption by far through Island to World Tour, obviously. In World Tour, she was just incredible, really saving the season from my opinion, just a very predictable season. To where, yeah, Heather is at number one, and it wasn't even close. And that is the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Expect more rankings. Just expect more videos just in general because I really like making videos. So yeah, that is it. Expect 2 videos on the weekend. And yeah, peace out.